and then use those tables to help us solve problems. Let's get into it with our I will statements.
Remember, your I will statements are your goals for this lesson. They are what we are trying to work on and learn more about throughout our time together today. As we continue on in our lesson, make sure you have your mind focused on these 3 things and showing them to your teacher. I will read the I will statement first, and then we will read it again a second time together. Make sure you're reading it nice and loudly so I can hear you, but no shouting necessary.
Pause the video now and read the I will statements as class.
For one of your reviews today, you are going to be playing Around the World. How this game works is you will each start by sitting on top of your desk. While you are sitting by your desk, one student will stand by the person next to them. Each of the students will be shown a math problem at the same time. It might be a multiplication problem, addition, subtraction, or division problem. Your job is to say the answer as quickly as possible. Whoever says the correct answer moves on to the next seat over. If you answer incorrectly, you move and sit in your seat and watch and cheer your friends on. The goal of the game is to get all the way around the room by answering all of the facts correctly. I will post the rules on the screen for you to pause and talk about. If you have any questions, ask them now. Come back and play the video to see which math problems you will be using for this round of Around the World.
All right, mathematicians, today we're going to be talking about different measurements and how to compare or convert from one measurement to the other. With me today, we'll talk about pounds and ounces. You're going to still use some supplies in your classroom and pause the video throughout to get to explore. Your teacher is going to show you what a 1 ounce weight looks like. The item your teacher is holding weighs 1 ounce, and they're going to put that on the scale to show you now. Your teacher is now going to hold up the 1 pound weight. That is the 1 pound weight, meaning it weighs 1 pound, and your teacher is going to put it on the scale now. As your teacher has the 1 pound and the 1 ounce weights in the scale, you'll notice that your scale moves. The pound must weigh a little bit more than the ounce because the scale will go down on the pound side and the ounce side will rise up higher. We are going to determine how many pounds are in ounces. To do that, your teacher is going to continue to add ounce blocks until your pound and ounce tray is equal. Pause the video and do that now. If we were to count how many 1 ounce weights we added to the balance scale, we added 16 1 ounce weights or 16 ounces. If we wanted to show this in a chart on your whiteboards right now, I want you to draw a chart with pound and ounces at the top. Under our chart, we're going to put different columns. In our first column, we just found out that 1 pound equals 16 ounces. So we're going to add that into our column now. If we wanted to determine how many ounces are in 2 pounds, we can add 1 pound weights into our scale and then see how many we need to balance it. Or we can just double 16 ounces, multiplying it by 2 to help us get our total of 32 ounces. If we wanted to convert pounds to ounces, we have to multiply the pounds by 16. So if we wanted to continue that, if we needed to figure out how many ounces were in 3 pounds, we would do 3 times 16. And if we weren't sure how to do that, we could just add 16 3 times on the side. 6 plus 6 plus 6 is 18. 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 48. We're able to use our chart here to help us find out our different ounces by adding them. Now that we have 48, let's add 16 to 48. And that will tell us how many pounds are in 4 ounces. 48 plus 16 is 64. And we can keep going. So if we wanted to figure out in 5 pounds how many ounces there are, we could add 16 to 64, and we would get 80. We could use our table to help us determine how many ounces are in a different amount of pounds. If we wanted to figure out how many ounces are in 16 pounds, we could keep our table going until we got all the way up till 15, or we could multiply 15 by 16 to get our answer as well. If you took some time now to multiply 15 by 16 to figure out how many ounces are in 15 pounds, what would you get? If you think you got it, raise your board up for your teacher to see. There are 240 ounces in 15 pounds. Nice job, mathematicians. You're going to continue to explore different units of measurements and making a table to help us solve different problems that we may come across in the future. The next one you'll work on as a class is relating yards to feet. Keep your pounds and ounces on your whiteboard or transfer it to a piece of paper in your math notebook now so you can have this to reference again in the future. I'll see you guys soon.